Hi Nirantar. Today we will be looking at histogram charts. First of all, moving ahead, I just want to understand what is your understanding about histogram.
So histogram, I think used for a single measure,
Hmm.
single numeric variable to understand how the values are distributed. So, what is the range of the values and how the values are distributed, where the values are concentrated. This all can be understood using the histogram.
Correct. So ideally, if you look at histograms are for places where you would have kind of a frequency distribution scenario in particular class interval. So, for example, you have number of employees considering we just took an example of age, that let's say you have 500 odd employees in your organization. They are ranging between 20 to 60 years of age. Now you want to figure out how many people fall into which age category. So largely you would see in articles also, like in India, people who are from 18 to 35 is of roughly around 65% of our total population, roughly 65% of our population. So that's a basic example of histogram, that one particular class interval of a data point consume or rather have these many data points under that same class interval. So for I'll just take this example forward so that you understand better. I'll just click on this entire data, and what we'll just do, select, insert, recommended charts, and the last one. This is an histogram. Histogram are generally also called as a Pareto chart. This is plain histogram that you can see, and this is basically a Pareto Principle chart. So what would be the difference between simple histogram and Pareto chart? Can you help me understand?
No, no idea.
Do you remember Pareto chart? We discussed it earlier, Pareto Principle, while we were doing one of the business case studies.
Yeah, so in Pareto principle, 80% of the values come from the 20%. Means in case of sales,
Correct.
then if we have 10 products,
Mm-hmm.
then 80% of our sales come from only 2 products, and remaining come from the 8
Correct.
products. Yeah.
So it's basically a 80-20 rule that Pareto follows. Now, if you look at these two charts side by side, are you able to see, or I'll just zoom
Yes.
out a bit? So what is the stark difference that you see on the chart right now, which are in front of you? This is Pareto and this is histogram. So what is the difference that you see?
There is a percentage axis at the right side in Pareto chart.
Okay, what it denotes? मतलब, what would be the difference of having that on the first graph of Pareto and no, not on histogram?
No.
Okay, so let's just read x-axis first. Maybe you will catch up. Try to read x-axis.
Okay, the bin size.
What about bin size?
No idea.
Okay, so if you see bin sizes are same. जो इंटरवल है वो सब सही है, but if you see the sequence, there is a difference in the sequence. In histogram it starts with 20.5, then 25.5 to 31. So class interval sequence में आगे बढ़ता है, but whereas on the Pareto part it is starting with the highest value. भले ही नीचे का class interval कुछ भी हो bucket का, whatever is the interval, it does not matter to that particular Pareto, because Pareto क्या कहता है that it will give you the 80% कहाँ पे आपका peak हो जाता है. So your 80% peaking is over here roughly, right? If I just clicked on here, right, delete, and everything is there. So 80% is picking up over here till 31 to 36.5. तो ये जो 42 to 47.5 और 58 to 64 है, ये कैटेगरी में you have lesser people, and organization will have something like this, right, as a trend, that the oldest people will be the lowest in terms of the overall employee strength of the organization, because you will hire new people depending on the age also, right? A lot of people stick to their original company for longer periods. So for example, my father works in Bajaj for, let's say, 27 years, right? So that's why. But the highest value or highest people from a particular category is from 47.5 to 53 of age. Roughly 90 people sitting in that particular category, and 20 to 25, and 25 to 31, and 36 to 41. So you see that a younger population have a higher 80% contribution of that entire organization. That you can figure out with first chart. Second chart is more of just a distribution between the people. So if you see that 47 में higher, थोड़ा ज़्यादा लोग है 47 to 35 में, 53 में, you can see that on chart, but you don't get any value out of that histogram. So generally histograms are not singularly used, they are mostly used through Pareto principle, because Pareto will help you understand कि यार कौन सी कैटेगरी पे हमें सबसे ज़्यादा फोकस करना है. So let's say that organization want to focus on well-being of these people, तो वो ऑब्वियसली जहाँ पे 80% लोग जाते हैं उनको क्या अच्छा लगता है उस पर ही फोकस करेगा. They will not focus on the rest people. I won't say that they don't do anything for them, but then their focus will not be with them for longer period. Right? Any questions on histogram, Pareto? Any doubts that you have? So this line will help you understand till where you have to work upon. So let's say you are measuring employee satisfaction, and you want to understand कि यार मेरे लोग एज कौन से लोग क्या है. If you are, let's say, giving out maybe something which is very techy gadget as a Diwali gift to your employees, and you have a younger population, it will be a very good option to give. But let's say this could have been ulta, the proposition of people in the organizations are much older compared to regular job age, which is roughly 20 to 40. तो बहुत लोग ऐसे हैं जो बहुत बहुत पहले से काम कर रहे हैं, एंड इन दैट केस इफ़ यू गिव एनी टेकी गैजेट एज अ दिवाली गिफ्ट, इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली ब्रिंग देयर अटेंशन कि यार ये क्या दे दिया हमें, और मे बी वी डोंट नो हाउ टू यूज़ इट, सो इट्स ऑफ नो यूज़ फॉर अस, वी माइट हैव टू गिव इट टू आवर चिल्ड्रन, राइट? So that's a very vague example that I took, but yes, that's about it for histogram and Pareto. Have any doubts?
No.
Great. So we'll soon catch up. At the next video we will do a world map. How world map helps into the industry is something we will discuss. Thank you.
Thank you.